Thank you. I don't care who you are. I look pretty sexy in that video, don't I? It's amazing what makeup will do for you. You know, remember who you are. That's the theme of my talk this morning. The first time I heard that, I was 15 years old. Remember who you are. At 15, I didn't really get it, though. I thought remember who you are was some odd saying that I'd never heard before, but it came from my grandfather. My grandfather's name was Ernest Morris, 6'3", 225 pounds, and filled with integrity. The best person I've ever known in my life to this day. He taught me everything there is to know about life. He taught me how to treat women. He taught me how to handle my money. He taught me how to behave in public, behave in private. He taught me about life, which is very important for me because as my dad's dad, he taught me things that my dad never taught me. My dad always told me I wasn't good enough to do this or I wasn't good enough to do that. And in high school, my football coach said, "You'll never be a baseball player. You need to quit right now. Your future is to be a football player. Baseball is out of the question." Why, when I got out of high school, we had to take those tests to see what kind of college material we were. SATs, ACTs. When those scores came back, my guidance counselor stopped me in the hallway. And he said, "Jimmy, what do you plan on doing with your life?" And I said, "I'm going to be a baseball player. Everybody knows that." He said, "Man, I hope so, because you're too stupid to go to college." This was my high school counselor. He's supposed to help me mold my future. Well, he's not a high school counselor anymore. He works in a movie rental store. He's renting the movie about my life to other people. But we lived with my grandparents. We moved back to Brownwood, Texas when I was 15. And during the ages of 15, 16, and 17, my grandfather taught me a lot. He had a menswear store in Brownwood, Texas, out in the middle of nowhere. But people like Gene Autry would come in from California and buy suits from him. He knew everybody. Most honest person I'd ever seen in my life. Most faith-filled person I'd ever seen in my life. He was either at work or at church every day of his life. And he did things for people that nobody else would do. He would pay bills for people that couldn't afford it. He would buy Thanksgiving dinners for families that couldn't afford anything for their kids. He'd even buy Christmas presents for families that couldn't afford anything for their kids. He wanted everybody to have the American dream. And he lived that way every day. I wanted to be like that. My only problem was that I was a teenager. And I had a few things to learn before I got there. And so as I got out of high school and I had my mind set on baseball, some very important things started happening. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I didn't have the grades. I didn't have a plan really except baseball. And, you know, to be a baseball player takes a lot of work and a lot of heart and a lot of luck. At this point in time, my high school team didn't even have a baseball team. We had football. And so every day I'd walk out of my grandfather's house. He would say, "Remember who you are. Remember who you are." Well, my grandfather knew and worked with everybody, and I watched the way he worked with people. Integrity, honesty, faith. And so I thought remember who you are meant remember that you're my grandson, and if you embarrass me in any way, I will kill you.